car dealerships are the definition of dropshippers, so how does one go about getting rid of these greedy and useless people, allowing consumers to buy directly from the car companies at fair prices? You go to a car dealership and look at and purchase a product they have physically on their premises. While they may be an example of egregious markups and other predatory tactics, I wouldn't call them dropshippers. Dropshipping is a business model that allows you to sell products online without having to own or operate the physical location where those products are stored and processed. This means you can start an e-commerce store and sell a wide range of products without handling inventory and fulfillment. Amazon, probably because car dealerships are more than dropshippers, given that they also make money from maintenance, parts sales, extended warranties, financing, used car sales, and other things that don't come to mind. ATM. Being able to provide test drives is not the answer. You can test drive Teslas, for example. But Tesla didn't have to disrupt an entrenched dealership business model to sell directly to consumers. That's a challenge facing manufacturers who have relied on the dealership model for years. I think the car dealership still plays an important part in the car buying process. I need to see, touch and drive the vehicle before committing to it. The problem, now more than ever, is that the last 70 years of lying, cheating and stealing continue to plague this industry. Despite efforts to show that they've changed, dealer markups and add-ons show they've learned nothing. I would pass on any car rather than pay more than an MSRP, which already formulates profits for the manufacturer and the dealer. Both methods I used to use a dealership, but I never talked to them. One I used a leasing agent. 2 pre-COVID I used to buy from a guy that would give me great deals or negotiated from the dealer. I would get the paperwork FedEx and they would deliver my car to any liaison I wanted, usually my office. Tesla has been seeking cats directly and all the legacy auto manufacturers are fighting it. In many states you can't buy a Tesla BC of these lobbyists. Car companies don't want to deal with individual consumers. Very few people do. It's a pain in the arse. There's a whole bunch of consumer legislation you have to follow that simply doesn't exist for business-to-business transactions, and consumers have this awkward tendency to hassle you over fairly petty stuff. It's far easier to outsource this to a smaller business that's set up to deal with individuals. Hence dealer franchises. Push for your state to repeal laws that were put in place decades ago which prevent you from doing exactly that. At the time, the reasoning was, without such laws, the manufacturer could go bankrupt and you'd be left with a car that you would be unable to find parts or service for. So at least that way, there was still a local dealership you could take it to. Is that still valid in today's world? Probably not so much. Oh, an opportunity to plug my favorite YouTube channel Polymatter. It basically comes down to what changing in the industry comes down to, getting grassroots support to compete with corporate lobbying giants. This has all been baked into legislation and maintained by an extremely profitable industry with large financial resources. One thing that someone in the industry was telling me in context of the 2008 bailouts is thousands of small and local businesses spread across the country can keep financing and providing liquidity to the market even when the corp parent is in deep shit financially, limiting spreading the blast radius. There are too many protections from the government and manufacturers to remove dealers completely. Best I can do is recommend car brokers. These individuals are considered dealerships and have the power to transfer vehicles out of lots for their own sale, often at a much fairer price. What makes you think that direct purchase from a dealer will be cheaper? They will not give you the wholesale price they charge the dealers, you will have a lot more trouble getting repairs done under warranty and you won't have your state consumer protection laws to help you. If you really believe that switching to buying direct will save consumers money, you're a fool. All that will happen is that the manufacturers will enjoy the higher profits and you will pay higher prices without any competition between dealers. I need a car to test drive in a local department to fix shit I can't. They aren't 100 useless. A local parts counter is real nice too. That said, auto manufacturers need to move to fixed pricing and slash the shit out of dealer markups. Dude. No. It is law that a manufacturer have service. A person buys the second most expensive item in their life and it is extremely important that the manufacturer provides support. That's the whole effing point. Ford penalized the dealerships that had massive markups BC it was hurting sales. They were made to be an example, and with Amazon starting car sales it wouldn't surprise me if dealerships became a thing of the past. I've largely bought my cars private party for the last 25 years. Buy a 1-2-year-old car, that is still covered by manufacturing warranty. Save a shit ton and use a small portion of the savings to extend factory warranty. I hate car dealerships as much as the next guy, but a lot of people want to try before they buy. So it's kind of like furniture. You can buy online, but there are also stores where you can try things out first. I don't really get this. Unless dealerships work differently in America, they're the same as every other shop. Why make this argument for cars and not clothing, or food? What makes you think they're useless? A surprising number of people don't do any research and just test drive a bunch of cars at different dealerships. As long as it happens, dealerships will still be around, allowing consumers to buy directly from the car companies at fair prices. You can already factory order and pay MSRP. Issue is most people are impatient. You're assuming the car dealerships don't add more value to the car makers than talking to consumers directly would. Interesting assumption. In a lot of places, it's illegal for manufacturers to sell directly to customers. As usual, the problem can be solved via deregulation. Don't know about the US, but in Germany you can order cars online on the manufacturer's website, at MSRP, often even for less than that. I don't know what fair prices means, but you shouldn't be buying anything over Blue Book prices at the dealers. You can buy directly from the factory if outside the US and pick it up at the US dealer of your choice. You have to know how to shop smarter when you do. Certain things that you gotta figure it out. Cue the dealership shills bleating about how they add value and convenience to the consumer. Obviously not popular on Reddit, but it's a big reason why I got a Tesla. I think you have the idea for a homepage that would be worth billions. Good luck lobbying the politicians that put those laws in place. Real estate agents are on the way out as well. Don't need them, because they hide behind the "we would lose jobs" motto.